All right, time for a fun and exciting drill. I'll shoot the drill a couple different ways, and then we'll discuss it. Hopefully you'll see a big difference between them. Okay, a bit of a difference between the three. What did you notice? About the first one, I just stood there. What we're gonna have you do is shoot each target twice from each side of the stick, so it's 8 shots total. On the first repetition, I just shot here, or stood here, shot him each twice, stepped across, stopped, brought up the gun and shot. I think everybody would agree that was no good for a bunch of reasons. The second one, I had a wider stance, I shot, I stepped across, I waited till I wasn't moving at all, the sight looked perfect. Then I started shooting. The third iteration was the same thing, kind of technique-wise. The only difference was when I stepped across, I started shooting. As soon as I saw red, like the color of my sight on the target, I decided it was time to start shooting. So conceptually, what I want you to get across is I separate my upper body from my lower body. My upper body does the shooting. I'm looking for targets, and I shoot when I see the sight there. My lower body, all it does is just carry me across the stick. I don't want you to shoot like tied to a sight picture, such as I'll wait until I step across. Once my left foot touches, I'll fire one shot. I'll wait till my right foot's in the air, then I'll fire one shot. Then my right foot sets down, it's another shot. That stuff's too complicated. Instead, you just step across the stick, shooting targets when you see the color of your sight on them.
Yeah, so like Joel's saying, this separates what your legs are doing from what your upper body's doing. And the big thing is, if you see a sight picture that tells you to pull the trigger, it's like pull the trigger. And if you don't, then don't. So it kind of cuts both directions. So if I'm stepping and I feel uncomfortable or whatever, but the sight's indicating shoot, I will shoot. If I'm dead stopped, stabilized, I'm not moving at all, and I'm looking for a sight picture on a 50-yard target, and I don't see it, like I'm not gonna pull the trigger. I'm like waiting for the sight to center up where I want. Right, so again, it cuts both directions. The other thing here is like you need to get set. Kind of think of this as when you stop the drill, you're set for the next movement. So what we find is that if you're set up in the right stance, you're going to move properly. So if I stand like this and I want to go over there, naturally people are going to coil up, kick their foot up, and then take off. Right? That's just what people will do if you put them on the clock and be like, all right, move quickly. So again, what we find is if you just get people in the habit of setting up like this, when it's time to move, I'm already kind of coiled up and ready for the launch, and I can just launch in the direction I want to go. That makes sense. Like if I'm set up right, I'll have a good result. But the hard thing for people, especially in a complicated dynamic shooting situation, is to like shoot targets as they're setting their feet up ready to move, and then actually move properly. What they end up doing is usually stuff like this. If they're working around division barrier, you notice I'm not staying in this stance, like low, wide, spread apart. Now I'm introducing a lean, which probably is not necessary, right? So this helps get us in the habit of, again, every time I'm stopping my feet spread apart, knees bent, 50-50 weight distribution, ready to move. So we want you to shoot into that. It's like, what is it, like doing 3 things at once? Yeah, so like that is the hard thing, is like doing a bunch of stuff at once. Another thing, you can see we've set this up so we have some sticks for lateral movement and some for forward and backward. I'll show you the lateral stuff now. Make a couple examples for you. Come on. There we go. Oh, okay, the gun's on. All right, what do we think of that run? It was completely fucked up, right? But if I look at the points and the time was not a problem. Agreed? Like I shot the points and the time, but like the style wasn't there. I didn't, start nice and wide, step over and finish nice and wide. Like again, people's natural tendency is just like, oh, just get my feet across here, and I'm like following the rules and doing the drill. And again, we want like get nice and wide and think of it as, am I ready to move again? All right, I'll make another example for you. See which one we like the most. All right, which one of those do we like the best? The last one. So you're seeing I'm just having an easier time getting myself set up nice and wide. If I cross step, so I bring my trail foot first, and then I step slightly forward. Now I wanna make sure, I see a lot of people when they try to do this, they'll do this, step behind themselves. If you check out my weight, you see this biases my weight backwards. So if I'm given the choice, I'm gonna step in front of myself so I can keep just that slight forward lean. That makes sense to everybody? Right, the other thing here is this stick is just a contrived thing to force you to take a step. The way that you'd actually apply this is like you're running, I'm gonna shoot over here, I'm shooting as I'm setting my feet up. Or I'm running forward, mount the gun, and I'm shooting as I'm stepping into position. Just to put it into context, like that's what the skills we want, and we find that practicing it just with a stick helps people kind of get it. Make sense?
Last thing procedurally, so it's left target, right target, step across, then left target, right target. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, none of this gay shit where it's
left,
one target, then you stay
right,
in the
right,
same target. That'll be you,
left.
tough guy. This gamer right here, I know you.
Transition. You got transition.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you've transit. Yeah.
Oh my.
It's too early for this shit.
It's
Let me fuck up first.
It's not 9:30. That's true.
Let me fuck up first.
Does a trans joke count as a... I think, no, it is. A trans joke is a gay joke. Dude, a tranny's a faggot in a dress, bro. Come on. It's not different, really.
Lauren's gonna upload all this. Oh my god.
I think it takes not